Well, Canada and India are entering new trade talks. The most recent trade talks broke down in 2023 over allegations that agents of the Indian government were involved in an assassination of a Canadian Sikh leader. CTV's national news reporter Colton Praill joins us now on more on this morning. So, Colton, how important is this reset in trade relations between the two countries, especially because of American tariffs?
Yeah, it's crucial to what Mark Carney has promised to do for Canada, right? There are two elements to Canadian exports. There's the U.S., which is about 75% of everything that we send, and then there's the entire rest of the world. When it comes to all of those other exports, Mark Carney has promised to double that to $600 billion, or about on par of what we do with the United States, at least in 2024, by 2030. That's the goal that he has set out and that he has stated he wants to achieve. And so in order to do that, you need to be operating with the biggest economies of the world. And China and India are those economies. India is the fourth largest GDP in the world. It's expected to be the third largest by 2028. And right now we are only exporting about $5 billion worth of goods. To a total trade, we're talking about $30 billion worth of goods. That is the total exports we do to China, or like I said, $600 billion to the US. It is a drop in the bucket. And so ensuring that there is a comprehensive agreement, ensuring that there is guidelines, rules, dispute mechanisms are all really core elements to improving trading relations with a country like India. And so this is a very significant step forward, formally launching those trade talks again, as you mentioned, after they were cut off in 2023. But it doesn't come without caveats, right? We have seen the concerns that exist around things like transnational repression, around foreign interference, that the Foreign Interference Public Inquiry showed India was one of the biggest threat actors interfering in Canada. And so this isn't necessarily to be taken in just an economic sense. There is more to this that needs to be considered. And the Prime Minister was asked about that, and he had a couple of different responses. His first was that Canada does trade with countries that it doesn't always agree with, and that is something that is important, but also that there are countries that Canada won't deal with. He also specified that when it comes to the level of relations between two countries, if Canada does have, call them hesitancies between diplomatic relations with another country, you can gauge those hesitancies by the depth of its trading relationship. And so this isn't necessarily to say that suddenly Canada and India are going to be walking in lockstep moving forward, but that there is a recognition that there does need to be a greater opportunity to work with India, especially for a prairie province like Alberta, or for Saskatchewan as well. I mean, things like oils, natural gas, fertilizers, these are all pulses and vegetables. These are all crucial exports to the Indian market. And in each of those, you're talking about, less than $2 billion total of exports that went to that market in 2024. And that's the most populous country in the world. There is certainly an opportunity to expand those services. And from what we've heard from Indian sources, there is also a desire for some of those natural resources, especially Albertan oil and gas. And so this is the start of those conversations. We also saw Carney agree to head to India early next year. That's likely going to be an AI summit in February. So this very much does signal in attempts to have closer relations and certainly stronger economic relations between the two countries. The number that they have floated is a doubling of trade by 2030. That would bring it to about $70 billion going back and forth between the two countries.
Okay. Colton, thank you.
Anytime.